So what role would you say that worship plays in your life personally, and what would you say to those who aren't really connecting during worship? How can they start to really connect with God during times of worship?
I think worship is all of life. It is like what God gave us, what God put us here to do, what God created us for, is to fellowship with Him, to walk with Him, and that is in a sense of worship. We make worship this big thing, but it really is about all of life. And I think for people who are like, man, I'm not connecting with God, I think it's getting a bigger view of God. I think when you have the bigger the view of God you have, the more you're in awe. And I think people who can just kind of ho hum, they have a very small idea of who God is, and that's kind of evident in our worship, I think.
Okay, and one other question. So you have 2 little girls, and as a father yourself, what would you say to people who maybe don't have a father figure in their lives, who their father's absent, whether it be physically or emotionally, just not involved? What would you have to say to them to encourage them?
I would say that being a dad is the greatest gift that God has definitely blessed me with, and I would say I really am. I hurt for them. I'm sorry that has not happened to them, but they had that. But that God is a good Father, and when they think of, they can turn to God for that father figure. That, and I think through Scripture and through understanding who God is and His love for them, they'll understand a Father greater than any earthly father could ever be, and just by understanding God's love and His sacrifice. I think about the sacrifice I would give for my kids. That's nothing compared to what God has given for us. And I think that to understand that, to know that deeply, and to walk in that is something that is so powerful, and that every single person, whether you've had an amazing father or not, really needs to understand.